Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. Now, you guys know that I've done one video on this David and Celeste Rivas case. I haven't done much because when it is so heavy, you guys know, for me, once the case is as heavy as this, it's something that I stay away from, because she's a young lady. And you know that when you're a mother and you look at a child and you can see your child in that child's eyes, you know, you feel really empathetic to what has happened to that child. And you pray harder for more protection around your child. And, you pray for God guidance and you pray for her family. But talking about this case, it's heavy for me. And as such, I've been dodging it, like I've been staying very far away from it. I did watch Sloan Bella's video that she did about this young lady, Celeste Rivas. And I think it was a really, really good video that gives some amount of insight depending on where on the religious fence you are. It might be good insight for you. And I think that what Sloan Bella does really, it opens one's eyes and minds to just the occultism that takes place in Hollywood consistently round the clock. Hollywood has this consistent need for blood. I don't know why. Like why, So insidious, very evil. So let's talk about what TMZ. And with these cases, I don't do the conspiracy theories unless it's a very strong one with elements or ounces of truth to it, right? No, what TMZ is saying is that Celeste Rivas' body, it has been frozen as a result. It looks like LA County medical examiner will not be able to establish a cause of death. Source directly connected to the investigation tells TMZ. So you can tell that these people, they know what they're doing. And if they didn't know what they were doing, you know that automatically someone in the field of forensic science had given advice on what they should do. So you can tell, as Sloan Bella said, there's several key players here. It's not just this guy, but it's just that they want this guy to be the fall guy for her passing. Now, they're saying, according to those sources, the medical examiner received the body in horrendous condition. It was decapitated, and while the torso was intact, the limbs had been removed and cut into multiple. We're told all of the body parts were partially frozen and had apparently been thawing out while sitting in the trunk of David's Tesla. Remember, David's vehicle had not been moved for several days when it was parked on a Hollywood street near his rental home, which resulted in it getting towed and then the body being found. I think what they were doing at that point, the people who actually took out Celeste, I think they were taunting him at that point. I think at that point, he knew what happened. That was a confirmation. They put a card there to ensure that he is held accountable for it. And he knew it, but maybe he was just frozen and could not do anything because he's now realizing, issues getting real. You're going to be the fall guy for everyone in all of this, No, they're saying, as TMZ reported, Celeste's body was in such a bad shape. Initially, investigators did not know if it was a male or female. When the body was received by the ME's office, the initial determination was this was a victim of a apparent homicide, but our sources says the ME is now having trouble establishing an official manner or cause of death, and it will be most likely be undetermined. Other sources connected to the investigation tell TMZ the LAPD robbery homicide division is viewing Celeste's death as a homicide, and even if the official cause of death is undetermined, authorities can move forward with an arrest. TMZ broke the story. David is now considered a suspect in Celeste's death. What's more, TMZ has learned there is a second suspect who authorities believe helped David in the dismemberment of Celeste's body. Man, I tell you, sad. Mark Geragos. Why were we pronouncing his last name incorrectly? We were doing that a few months ago. When I say we, I don't just mean over here. I'm talking a few channels, right? Mark Geragos appeared on the most recent Two Angry Men podcast and said he knows the name of the second suspect, and authorities have told him this person might have been involved before, during, and after Celeste's death. TMZ also wrote the story. A critical part of the case involves a trip investigators says David took to a remote area of Santa Barbara County in the middle of the night back in the spring, where he spent 2 hours. If Celeste's body was taken to that area months before it was discovered in LA, it seems the operating theory is the body parts were put in some sort of freezer for a long time before it ended up in David's Tesla in late summer. If I'm remembering correctly, as I said, Sloan Bella said they actually put her body there so as to ensure that he takes the fall for her passing. But Sloan Bella did give the number 4, said that there were at least 4 people who were directly involved in her passing. Her death was captured on videotape. They have it on videotape. But guys know that these things, they go on the dark web, and people who have access to these things, they will watch it and they're going to keep it a secret because, evil exists, and not everyone that looks like a human being is actually a human being. But that's all I'm going to say about that for this video. I just wanted to keep you guys up to date with this while keeping myself up to date on how far they are, in all of this. So you can leave your comment below, providing that you have anything to say about this. And that's all I have to say about that. Stay safe, stay blessed, hold your loved one close, and just pray prayer of protection around your loved one and yourselves. Peace.